Welcome.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be reacting to an Andrew Tate video. He is in a podcast with a guy called Dave Portnoy, I believe his name is, and it's titled that it's a heated discussion. I'm not too sure what it's about. I don't think I've come across this podcast at all yet, so looking forward to hearing what's been said and, you know, what arguments this Dave has for Andrew, or what kind of questions he has actually.
Are you anti-woman?
I love women. In fact, interesting statistic, 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist.
The first question, are you anti-woman? So straight away, they tried to put Andrew on the back foot. Very snappy and good response from Andrew. Said, I'm not sexist. He's not against women in any way. So looking forward to how he breaks this down.
Like, I'm a realistic person. As a realist, in the modern world, they're going to call you sexist, misogynist, etc. But I'm none of those things. I am just.
Why do they call you that?
Because I say the truth.
Which is?
Women can't fight. Men are stronger. Like base.
Did I just hear a little snigger? Like I heard the lady in the background sniggering at men being stronger. Now, I'm no scientist, but biologically, I believe men are stronger than women. Like, ain't that the norm? Like, what is there to snigger about that?
It's more true things. I think another thing I said is and maybe I'll upset the ladies on the podcast. I hope not, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Probably will.
I said if I were to get on a plane and that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, there was a 50% chance of it crashing, I'd want a male pilot, because I think that males are better under stress and under pressure. I think they're less likely to get emotional in a life or death situation.
I just noticed this is the same podcast as the lady that said boxing is like TikTok. And it makes sense why there was a snigger, because they were sniggering in the last video as well. So is it Dave? Let me know, guys, if it's actually his podcast and if he runs it. Because if he does, he needs to do some quality control, as mentioned in my last video.
Situation. That's why they make better soldiers. That doesn't mean that doesn't make me misogynist. That doesn't make me sexist. That's just true. Women are better at other things than men. And I'll sit here and say women are better at X. But I will say that men are better at Y. I'm not going to sit and pretend that we're all the same. We're not. Under pressure, when your life is on the line, anyone who's honest would want a male pilot in said situation. You would not want.
I quite like how Andrew said that. Although he's saying men are better at certain things, he said very clearly that he's happy to say that women are better than men at other things. He's not saying men are better at everything, or men are, you know, superior in every way. But he is saying that, you know, men are better in one way and women are better in another. It's just, we're different. But I guess the way he delivers it, sometimes women may, you know, label him as sexist. And even other guys who may not agree with Andrew will label him as sexist. But it's him just being very honest. And, you know, if you look at biology, you know, like he said, men are stronger, better under pressure. And these are all biological facts.
Not want a female pilot.
So I disagree with that. I think that's a person by person, but I agree with men are stronger than women. I don't think anyone can argue that.
If you're telling me if you were to fly into a hurricane and you had the choice between a male pilot and a female pilot, you wouldn't have zero preference at all, Dave.
Not knowing anything about either of them, they're both pro pilots. No, I wouldn't. We're not talking about dunking a basketball.
We're not talking about dunking a basketball, but we're talking about life and death. So he's saying if you went into an eye of a hurricane and you had a choice of a male and a female pilot, me personally, I'll be completely honest, I would go for a male pilot.
Well, I would choose a man, because I know from my own personal experiences that when shit hits the fan and emotions are high and it's life or death, that the man is more likely to remain calm. And calm is what's going to keep me alive. So I would choose the man. For the same reason, I would choose women to do other things. Let me give you another example then, Dave. If gender roles aren't real, and you're now...
No, I think there are gender roles are real. That particular example, though, I'm sure you can have great female pilots.
I never said you couldn't. I said I'd choose a man in that particular situation.
Fair. I don't
say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his. Yes. That's what I said.
Think
that's crazy.
You think if a
that
man,
one's crazy.
so you think that a man going out with a girl, that's just your property? There can't be an equal relationship?
That one was nuts.
Okay,
That one
cool.
was nuts.
This is where it goes crazy.
Cool.
No,
So
but no, that one you can. If I understood what you said, that if a guy and a girl is dating and a girl does OnlyFans, she owes him a cut.
No, 100%.
his girl.
100%.
She is his girl.
But was that a?
100% what? I'm baffled what she's trying to say. 100% she agrees with Andrew or disagrees? I don't get it. She's just saying 100% thinking she's doing something.
Do anything.
Because she's his.
Yeah, so that's
So that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him and the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
So it's reverse. Male porn star owes the woman.
Whoever edited this video, I like the photos that were used. They actually are quite resembling to what's spoken about at the moment. It's quite nice.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's given over
that's
to the man.
inherently where you get called sexist.
No, it's not. Well, you can call me sexist if you want, but if you look at marriage, it's the bride's father who gives her away. It's not the groom's father.
In
Is
old
it?
tradition.
I gotta guess.
The woman belongs to the man.
So it's slavery.
But I gotta guess.
I've never really thought of it in that way. It's true. In tradition, as Andrew said, you know, the man would go to the bride's home and ask the father for daughter's hand in marriage in a way. And it's up to the father to, you know, give his blessings and, like Andrew said, give his daughter to the man. I wouldn't turn around and say it's a property thing, and I don't think Andrew's getting at that either. It's a sensitive topic because it's like borderline of people, like in this occasion with Dave, will automatically say you're sexist by saying that.
As somebody who's multicultural and everything, that certainly is a tradition that does not apply everywhere.
The woman is always given over to the man. Read the Bible, read the Quran. I'm not saying they're a property. I'm saying they're given to the man and they belong to the man. It doesn't mean they're a pure property without emotion. It means they're given to the man. They take the man's name.
You said
they
it's her
belong to the man.
parts. You said it's the guy's parts. You're like, if she's on OnlyFans, the guy owns those parts, so he gets a cut.
Well, those parts are intimate, right? That's the whole point of her being his.
Yeah, but you didn't do reverse. When I said if a male porn star does it, he doesn't owe the girl a cut.
Correct, because he doesn't belong to her. She still belongs to him.
Correct. So that's the sexist part.
But and you've also said that you could have multiple partners, but a female that was with you couldn't also have multiple partners.
Well, a woman could say that same thing if she decided. She could say, I can sleep with multiple men, but my men can't sleep with multiple women if she so choose. We're all free individuals, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't agree if a woman said that.
I don't think I would personally find that revolting. Correct. But there are women who find what I say revolting.
So you're not telling other people what to think. You're just saying how you think.
Yeah, I mean, if I think that I think of a
Whoever edited these photos, you've done a good job. These are hilarious.
man is not sexually exclusive. It's not the same as if a woman is, because with a woman you have the paternity issue. With a man you don't have a paternity issue. If I have 3 girlfriends and they all get pregnant, we know who the mother and who the father is. If you have 1 woman and 3 men, you don't know who even the parents are if she got pregnant. So it's a whole big issue, right? Science can.
Guys, we had a big discussion on this on one of our previous videos with my partner. We basically said, or came to an agreement that it's true in the sense that if a man cheats, it's different to when a woman cheats, but doesn't mean you should go and cheat. Do you know what I mean? Like, have respect for one another, be exclusive to one another. But the reality is, we think it's worse when a woman cheats because there's more attachment to that cheating, you know, in terms of the woman, when she sleeps with someone, there's more emotion behind it than when a man sleeps with someone. You know, men are more, you know, they can do one night stands without being emotionally attached to that person.
Can step in and kind of fix it.
Definitely,
but it's a good discussion.
DNA tests are pretty accessible nowadays.
Of course, yeah, that's exactly it. So I said science can step in and fix it, but that doesn't mean it's not haram and against the will of God. Look, read the Bible, and there was not a single woman who was celebrated for having multiple husbands. Female promiscuity has always been disgusted and
You're taking a piss. Whoever edited this, you're taking a piss now.
disgusting and frowned upon. In every single book ever written, ever, in all of history, in all cultures ever, women were supposed to be virgins. Women sleeping with lots and lots and lots of men has never been
That's true. Same with Virgin Mary. Women were meant to be virgins and stay virgins until they're married with the man. Then they lose their virginity to that man. That's how the books go. With many religions.
Celebrated ever, besides in the last 40 years in the West, in a degrading society. Well, yeah, okay, cool. But if you're going to look at it traditionally, women were not supposed to act that way. And I don't think women want to act that way anyway. I don't think women intrinsically want to follow a bunch of people.
I don't think you know what women want.
Well, the women I know don't want to. When I meet a woman, she doesn't say, I can't wait to get out there and sleep with a bunch of dudes. Maybe there are some. I don't know. I don't want
there's definitely like cleat chasers who fucking love that.
I don't know where getting this impression I hate women. I mean, we can purport that. We can attempt to label me with that all we want. I'm happy to discuss.
They're doing their best to get Andrew cancelled. Like with these podcasts, they kind of do a bit of research, see what he's about. As soon as they don't like something, and hear how direct and he is with the way he speaks about these topics, they don't like it, and in their head they just think we want to get him to slip up and get cancelled. But that's very hard to do with Andrew, because everyone knows a lot of the things he's saying, majority of it is statistically proven, and a lot of it is actually facts. He's not degrading women in any way. He's just saying we're different. Women are better at X, men are better at Y. That's it. Like that's what he's saying.
I absolutely not really love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. I would never let a woman, if someone touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery.
That's true. If I had a child, I wouldn't feel comfortable dropping them to a nursery knowing it's all men. I would think that's pretty weird. I would want them to be in a nursery run by ladies. That's just how it would be, to be fair.
Women do certain things and men do certain things. And we live in a world now where the whole idea of the roles has been conflated to the fact where if I come along and say women are better with children and men are better at fighting, that I'm somehow fuck sexist when it's clearly true. There's nothing wrong with stating the facts. It's the truth.
You're mixing them up, because I agree with some of what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
again,
but then you throw in the OnlyFans, you need 100%
correct
thing. Like that's
I don't think
clearly
anybody
sexist.
here is arguing that, like, in a fist fight, a man's gonna win.
Okay,
99%.
so then, so
what about intelligence? Do you think women are as smart as men?
Well, it's been proven that the smartest people in the world are men.
See, that's
But-
I think
that's been proven.
is some issues.
That's
How?
been
By
proven.
By
That's
who?
been proven.
How? What? Where?
So there's the bell curve, right? So men are more likely to be on the extremes. So the most stupid people on the planet are men, and the most intelligent people on the planet are men. Women are more likely inside of the middle of the deviation. So this has all been proven, right? Men are more
By
likely
who?
to be extreme. Read the stuff.
What do you mean by who? Go fucking do a Google search or look online. You got a world of internet in front of you. Do you want Andrew to know every psychologist in the history books to prove every single statement's made? It's online. Go Google these things.
Likely men are on the
study,
extremes.
bro?
Study.
Google it.
What? Google it. There we go. They're saying what study, like as if he should be like, oh yeah, in reference to 1921 in this year and this, like, this isn't. It's just annoying me because you're asking who. You got the internet, and I'm sure they got access to the internet right in front of them. Like, I'm sure Andrew's seen this somewhere in a relevant case study. Doesn't mean he's going to remember exactly what year and who done the case study. He might have seen this 10 years ago, and who's going to remember that? But at the end of the day, if it's been proven, it's been proven.
What are you yelling?
I'm gonna Google it. What
Like,
am I
Yeah,
writing in?
Google it.
What am I writing in for a Google search?
Are men smarter than women?
Okay, this should be interesting in what comes up. Are men?
But I can also give you personal experience if you'd like.
Yeah, let's hear
Knock your
it.
socks off.
I just highest IQ in the world. Literally, what comes up? Marilyn von Savant has one of the world's highest IQs. She is known as the smartest person.
That could be an exception though. In case studies, in psychology, I study psychology. If one exception is 1% of the case study and then 99% is saying something else, that one exception won't disprove the entire case study. It's just a one-off. Right, guys, that was the end of the reaction. It was an interesting one. Dave Portnoy, I felt like he was being very borderline. He was being very calculated with, where he steps in to kind of get involved with the questions being asked. I feel like he deep down agreed on a lot of what Andrew said, but he kind of knows it's a dangerous line to walk across, so he was being very selective with where he agrees and disagrees. That was my personal opinion. I felt like Andrew done very, very well, considering he's on his own on that podcast and he's literally against like two ladies and a man arguing against him and trying to disprove or disagree with every single thing that he's saying. And the maddest part is, like I said, even the bit where he says he's wrong, he wasn't wrong. So he's actually right even when he thinks he's being wrong. That's the crazy part. But hey, in my personal, life, if I was, like you said, if I was in the eye of a hurricane and I had a choice of a female or a male pilot, I would go for a male pilot. I feel like men and women are very different, biologically, we're better at different things. I could say Fats is better than me at quite a few things. I'm better than her at quite a few things. Like he said, he respects women. He would protect his woman. People are so fast to call people sexist nowadays when speaking statistic facts. So let me know what you guys thought anyway. It was an interesting one. We're going to do some more reactions on the weekend as well, so make sure you subscribe. We've got a few more Andrew Tate videos to do, which you guys have been sending, and a few more other videos as well. So yeah, comment below anyway what else you want us to react to, and make sure you subscribe, guys. We're so close to 20k. Let's get the subscriber count to 20,000. Peace out.